Hello friends, welcome to Shauna Stitches. I'm Shauna and this is State of the Stash 6, which we will be talking about all of the yarn that came in and out of my stash in March of 2023. State of the Stash is my documentation of my challenge to myself to try and have more yarn come out of my stash than comes into my stash. And so far this year, I've been doing much better than the end of last year, but let's see what March did for us. In case you're looking for links to anything, everything's down below in the description box. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Shauna Stitches, and you can reach out to me any of those places or leave a comment below if you have questions. Okay, the first thing that I have that's an acquisition, which was added to stash, is this sock set with a beautiful stitch marker. The yarns are by Craftnut yarns, and this color here is called Old Fashioned, like the whiskey drink Old Fashioned, and the reddish orange color is called Just Red. So I won this on DoSo Knits. I never know how to say it. DoSo. I think it's DoSo Knits. She's doing also a stash she doesn't call it state of the stash. I can't remember what she calls it, but she is reflecting on how much stash she uses, how much she brings in and out. Plus she's doing her community. So I do participate in that. I have fun sharing my projects there. And every time you share a project, you are entered as a chance to win a prize. So I was the winner. That was very exciting. So this was 120 grams into stash. Then I finished a bunch of socks, which I'm just going to pop up pictures here so that you can see. But I finished my Valgus socks, which were round one of Sock Madness, and I used 88 grams. I finished my March 2023 Desert Vista Dyeworks socks in the colorway Dry Bones, and that used 72 grams of yarn. Then I finished Sock Madness round two, which is the Celtic rain socks. Those used 96 grams of yarn. And then I brought something into stash, which I'm so conflicted on this one, you guys. It's a big one. And I can't even hold it all at once. Oh man. Okay. Let's start with these and then I'll show you the last little one. So all this came into my stash, but it came out of my stash as well, because this was 3 braids of fiber that I had in my fiber stash, which I haven't counted up and I haven't really been counting out. So 342 grams came out of my fiber stash, but 342 grams came into my yarn stash. It just doesn't seem fair. Anyway, we're counting it as yarn, and the way that I am thinking about that is that when I use that yarn, I want to be able to count it as yarn coming out. So in order for it to count it as yarn coming out, I think I have to count it as yarn coming in, as much as I don't like doing that. So months of work went into that yarn, and yeah, it's just disappointing to feel like I'm losing footing because I finished something. Does that even make sense? I don't know. This is my first finished spinning project, so I could always make changes. If somebody has a better idea on how to track that, I'm all ears, because like I said, it just feels demotivating. I really want to spin. I've been challenging myself to spin every day for 100 days, and this week I'm in the 90s, so I'm almost done, but I want to continue spinning more because I do have a substantial fiber stash as well as a substantial yarn stash. And yeah, I don't know how to justify that in my head. It's just kind of conflicting. Anyway, all the yarns in and yarns out gave us a total of, well, I guess we should say, we had 462 total grams in. We had a total of 256 grams out, and that left us with a surplus this month of 206 grams. 206 grams. We had a surplus last month as well, but I think for the year, I'm not going to give you totals yet because I guess we're waiting for the big end of year, whatever. But Anyway, I think we're still doing okay, but I'm seeing exactly how slowly stuff comes out of my stash and how fast it is that it could potentially come in. And I'm not talking about the spinning, I'm talking about like making orders. The socks that I have done were quite labor intensive, and it just feels like they are just taking these small little bites out, and I wish it were more. Just a little preview, I guess. I am in the process of trying to reorganize my yarn stash because I had it under my bed storage, which is actually under my guest bed. But I had these canvas and plastic containers. There's like a soft plastic. And I guess due to the weight, or maybe they just weren't made very well, the plastic was ripping away. And I was like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose because it's not really protecting my yarn. So I ordered a 4-pack of Sterilite containers. Again, they go under the bed, but they're all like hard plastic and they have wheels on the bottom. 4 of them, they're 66 quarts each. And my yarn did not even come close to fitting inside. I will insert a picture. I was really bummed that, yeah, it's a lot. I was definitely trying to organize, and then I just couldn't fit it in 4. So I've ordered 4 more. I think I will just be able to get it all to fit in a total of 8. That's a lot. What's 8 times 66? I'm looking for my phone. I'm recording on my phone. Hold on. I have my computer here. I don't even know where my calculator is. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so 66 times 8, so 8 containers at 66 quarts is 528 quarts. Now, you can't really measure yarn like you can liquid, and a quart measurement is a liquid measurement. Needless to say, it's still a lot. I definitely, as I was doing that, was thinking that eventually I do want to get my yarn entered into Ravelry so that it's all there, it's easier to see. Because as I go through that, I don't really forget what yarns I have, but it's just nice to have the refresher. And I really think going through it tactilely, what's that word? I don't know. Touching it, physically touching it makes a difference. Having it all spread across my living room floor is overwhelming because just the amount, it becomes more real when you do that versus like even just pulling out one tote at a time, but seeing it sort of all in one place. It's overwhelming. But as I do that, I look at all these yarns. I'm like, nope, I love that. And I can remember exactly what project it's for. I remember what yarns go with it. It's amazing. I have a brain for that. Maybe it's because I did spend a good amount of time figuring out what yarn I wanted for what project. I still want to do those projects. I just don't feel like I have a whole lot of time to be getting them done. I may already have stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. What do they call it? Sable? Yeah, sable. I might already be there, but I'm not giving in yet. We're going to keep knitting away and bringing in less than we're, is that how I want to say that? We're going to use more than we bring in. How about that? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for State of the Stash 6. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and let me know how your yarn journey is going. Are you overwhelmed? Are you resituating your yarns like I am, trying to put it in different storage situations? Yeah, just let me know what's going on with your stash. Good talking to you all, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.